Hello. This is going to be quite a quick one because you see, I made a bit of a mistake in the way of I was about to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden it hit me that I haven't recorded today, and the vlog is due out in 7 hours, and that kind of scared me. So because I wouldn't be up in time to film it in the morning, edit it and post it. So I'm doing it now, and I'm gonna have a lie-in in the morning. Yeah. So I'm here. It's gonna be rushed because I'm tired, but maybe I'll go into detail. We'll see how I feel as the video progresses. Anyway, to start off with, there's the stuff I can't talk about that I did in the unforeseen circumstances video, and well, I can't talk about it. But thank you for all the concern. I got a few lovely messages from people, and I appreciate that you all care and everyone is currently okay. And yeah, so thank you very much. To chill down with everything going on, we played some Gartic Phone, and that was lovely. I will try my best to find some Gartic Phone related stuff that I can show you, because you know how that game goes. It's not always safe for YouTube, but if I can find some in it, all would have been on the screen by now or is still being shown on the screen. Next, I helped Lisa with the script I talked about a few weeks ago. She sent me the last draft, and I made a few changes, so it made it not the last draft, but she really appreciated my help, which was nice. The problem is she's not putting her mind in the characters she writes. She's just writing it as a story. She's never thinking, if I was this character, what would I do? How would I do it? Because her whole thing was about a car robbery gone wrong, sort of very, very basic plot line. Like, no, that's me summing the basic plot line. The plot line isn't basic, don't get me wrong, it's a great plot. But that's a summary. And in this car robbery, the robbers were robbing a car in a car park, and my initial thought of a car park is you've got the bright lights, a big open space, and a car that you're robbing, cinematically anyway. And if you put your mind in the criminal, you just wouldn't do that. You wouldn't touch a car in the middle of a car park with street lights. The exit just isn't worth it. So I suggested do the car robbery in a street, because yes, there are houses around, but there are lots of little alleyways you can run around and escape from and stuff like that. So just things like that. I think she just needs to put her head in the mind of the characters, which, you know, that's okay. I'm not the best writer. It's just, that's my personal opinion. Anyway, moving on. Recently I've been learning how to read and write hieroglyphs. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty easy. I learned that I have dyslexia, so that was pretty interesting. I talked about that in the last vlog, or the one before that, whatever. And hieroglyphs is actually a really easy language for me because it's pictures and you just translate it, and that's kind of cool that I can read hieroglyphs. I'm only at a very basic level. I don't know if I feel like I've talked about this before. Maybe I have. Anyway, it's good fun. 3-minute film progress with hesitation. My experimental film. I'm 1 minute in. I was really struggling to get creative with recent events. I sat outside, did a bit of concentrated breathing and meditation, and then I continued it, and it's looking pretty good. It's nowhere near anything like my usual films, and you will be able to tell that, but that's the point. I really want to be as far away from me as I can, so there is no story to it and stuff like that. It's really interesting and weird, and it's not me, but that's the idea, is it's not me, it's the opposite. Next, I should be going to my auntie's for the weekend to get the last bits of footage for my 3-minute film, and also play a lot of the piano, because I miss the piano and don't have access to one at uni, which kind of sucks, but I'm very excited to get my hands on a piano again. I can't wait. I'm going to learn All I Need by Radiohead, and it is going to take as long as it takes. I am not leaving that piano until I learn it, so there you go. Maybe I'll record it as well while I'm there, but I don't have a tripod, so excuse the camera angles if you would be so kind. The rest is just, it's been a blur. A lot has happened in a short amount of time. I've taken pretty much loss after loss after loss at this point, and I'm getting a bit sick of it, to be honest. And I'm really trying to stay positive, but it's not easy, to be honest. I've said that a few times now. Let's stop that. But I'm really trying to make some wins here. So hopefully, when I put out these films, maybe I'll submit them to a festival or two, and yeah. But a fun thing, I don't know how I'm going to do vlogs whilst I do this. Actually, that's going to be a challenge. Maybe you won't hear from me for a week, but Nat has a film that I really want to work on. It's a horror film, and I helped him with some of the ideas for writing it. And there's a shot where he wants to throw Wallace off a balcony. It's kind of Attack the Blocky, and I really want to work on it. So I am returning home for a week to help him film, and I'm very excited for that. He should be using my garage and Wallace and some of my skills and knowledge as well to improve the film. But yeah, that's very exciting. That is one of the small, well, not small, one of the few wins that I've had this week, and I will take it because whew, I actually can't tell you how excited I am. And Nat, if you're watching this, like, genuinely, my excitement for this film, I don't know why. Maybe it's the whole playing with shadows that I've always wanted to do, and throwing Wallace a few stories down sounds really fun, but it's just those, like, it's something I really want to do, and yeah, I'm very excited. So just I will bring my best skills with me. That's all I've got written down. I'm going to teach Erin how to use this camera because she might want to use it. And that's it. That's all I need to talk about. And it's under 10 minutes as well, so maybe quite a short one today. But just so you know, we are all doing all right now, and we had a bit of fun with Gartic Phone, as I said. And yes, it's been loss after loss after loss, but I'm not going to let that get me down. I'm hoping for a win soon. I am going to look into experimental film festivals. Maybe I'll do that whilst I edit, see if there's any going, and if there isn't, then I'll just upload the film straight to YouTube as soon as it's done, and you can enjoy that, and that'll be enough for me, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you're all doing good as well. Well, doing good and better than I am. Anyway, thank you. See ya. Bye. Hello. I'm just I can't sleep, so I'm gonna play some GTA, record, and hope that some of this is tangible enough to go in a video. So the main thing I want to talk about, that I know I want to talk about and that I know I want to go in the video, so I don't have to sift through to find this section, is the setbacks this month and the setbacks on the channel, and how that makes me feel, because it's an important part of this career path or this journey that I'm on, whatever. That's important, the setbacks, and you deserve to know what happens, how it makes me feel, how it could make you feel if it happens to you, and this is what you want to do, so, or maybe it's something that has happened to you and you want to relate to it, or you don't know how to feel yet, that's okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about whilst playing GTA, ignore the keyboard clicks and stuff, the click clacks, is just these setbacks. And we've had a lot this month, well, a lot in terms of me. To you it's not much because it's no weekly vlogs, but all the Jahan Week content has had to go, unfortunately, and so has One Bad Day, and so has the camping vlog that never even released. And that's kind of fucked in a way. It's fucked up, it's upsetting, it's not good at all. It's a big setback because Jahan Week was my biggest viewed video on the channel. People loved it, and so did I. That was my biggest creation, the best thing I'd done. I love that film, so it's a shame that I can't share it. And there are things being done about that in the summer. I'm not going to hint to anything, but something's been done to fix it, and I had to get rid of it for reasons I can't tell you about, which is even worse. But it's hard taking down your most viewed video due to something you wouldn't expect. and having your view on it tainted by unforeseen things, it's just not good, basically, and it's got me a bit down. And then one bad day, that was on the channel for a month or two, but with how that made me feel, you know, it wasn't great. You know, it's still a setback on me and my portfolio, but do I really want that on my portfolio? No, I don't. I think it's not representative of my skills at all, especially as a director. But, you know, that's okay. And then there's the camping video. You know, everyone was excited to see what happened on the camping trip and know what we got up to, but I can't post that anymore, which is a shame because we had a lot of fun there. It was really good. Without letting recent events taint the memory of it. It was a good trip. And unfortunately I can't share that with you anymore, and this month it's just been setback after setback after setback. Well, I say this month, last month and the start of this month, setback after setback after setback, and it's been miserable, to be honest. Just, that's what it is. It's miserable. It's not great, but it's important to not let all that miserable shite get you down, because in the reality, the industry we're working in and want to go into will be full of these setbacks. This is the start of a journey filled with setbacks and disappointment, and I'm well aware of that. And that's, you know, it's crazy that, you know, we have to get used to all that stuff. But it's good in a way, you know, it's character development, as, you know, old parents would used to say. I've said you know a lot this time. Maybe that's my new repeated phrase. But it is important that with all these setbacks, that doesn't mean we're stopping. It doesn't mean we're giving up or moving on to something else. There's always something else going on behind the scenes that I'm not talking about. Sometimes bad, sometimes good. And there's a film I'm working on at the minute, and with recent events, today's the day I posted that video. It won't come out today, but the unforeseen circumstances video, that was today. It's now 4 a.m. and I'm still awake because I woke up at stupid o'clock today, so, you know, it's fine. And what was it I wanted to say? We're working on new stuff all the time, and there's a film I just did some bits for today. After releasing that video, I felt a bit better because it was out there, you know. It wasn't just our small group that knew about what was going on, that knew that we weren't okay, and that felt good, just letting you all know that something's going on and I want to tell you about it. It didn't feel amazing, because feeling amazing would be telling you everything that I know and everything that has happened and my 2 cents on it, but we don't live in a perfect world, and I can't do that without causing quite a lot of problems for the people involved, including myself and my future, you know. I had a call with Nat today, and he told me, you've got to look at how this could affect your future, and if you do become a big director, people are going to come back and watch these and see that period where this thing's gone down and what I say about it, and they're going to judge me on that, and I've got to be very careful on what I say now, because it, you know, it could come back to bite me in the arse. So I am being careful, and that sort of sucks, because I just want to sort of scream out to everyone, this happened and I feel this way and this is what I know, and I'm telling you this to get it out there, and I can't, and that will always sort of suck. But there is also the positive of the fact that I've got that unforeseen circumstances video out, I felt better already. And as I said in that video, I was struggling to be creative, so afterwards I sat outside my flat, just sat on the grass, did some like breathing exercises to calm down, and then I thought, right, I've got the experimental film unit, I need to do something with that, what can I do? And I sat there for about 20 minutes thinking and struggling with ideas, in my head, complaining about how hard it is to come up with something new at the minute. And that's when I did these breathing exercises. I had to just sort of shut out those thoughts of everything else going on around me, because it's a lot, and just solely think on that film. And that kind of felt good. It was nice. I thought of some cool ideas, and as soon as I thought of 3 shots I could take, I came up with the idea of 1 shot, and I was like, right, that's great, I could film that now, but that'll take 2 minutes and then I'm done. And then I thought, okay, what if I think of 2 more shots? That's enough to film for tonight. Go upstairs, film them, put them in the timeline and go to bed. Clearly I didn't do that, but still. I felt great after that. I went upstairs, filmed these 3 shots, well, 2 of them actually. The third one I just didn't think would fit in the film, but anyway, I filmed them and then I put them in my computer. And after that I thought, okay, I want to do more, I want to put more in this, and there's not really much of a story-driven plot to this film. I needed just random clips of stuff, so I went on my portable SSD and looked at test footage for films I've never made or that never got released, just times that I've been recording with friends like Rhett or Nat, and I took those clips out of context and put them into the context of a film, and that felt good as well. And now, using all those clips and spending that little time dedicated only thinking about the film, I've got 1/3 of the film done, because we're only allowed 3 minutes and I'm on 1 minute, 48 seconds, but close to a minute anyway. So, that was being productive, that was being creative, and oh my god, I really needed that, because as I said in that video, the last sort of 3-4 days have been a complete blur. Nothing has happened at all. I've either been in my bed or sat down at this desk on the phone trying to trying to deal with everything going on, make sure everyone's okay. And it wasn't great for me mentally. Like I say, it drained me. The days were long as a day but short as a week, and it just sort of took everything out of me. But after that, I did that breathing and felt pretty confident, and it was just great. I sat down, thought, and then started making this film. I continued making it, adding shots. I took a few shots from the film Mundane that I uploaded, like the practice shots thing for inserts, and it felt like really good actually. Just to be able to come away from tonight saying I have done something with all of these setbacks, with everything going on around me, with the heavy toll it's taken on us, I have managed to get up and still make film content. And, just knowing that feels good, and it shows a side of me that I didn't think I had, honestly. A side of me that I can bounce back from this stuff relatively quickly as well, I might add, and just continue going on. I mean, I'm not happy about what's happened, I'm not forgetting about it, I'm not even pushing it to the side, it's always on my mind at the minute. But I'm not letting it get in the way of my life, and that is pretty fucking awesome. And I feel good now, at the minute anyway. But I know there'll be ups and downs, and that's the reality of it all. So then I did that, I saved it, I put it in the group chat with everyone and said like, oh guys, I've done it, let's celebrate. And Rhett said woo or something like that, and you know, it was just encouraging. And then I went to bed and I was trying to sleep, but I couldn't because I wasn't that tired. And all I could stop thinking about was Nat's film that he's doing at college, and it's a pretty cool idea. I'm very excited to, I want to be a part of it. He asked for us to help him write one night, and we all came up with some cool ideas that he liked, and I want to be there to film it. I want to provide the resources and equipment and the mental knowledge I've got and help add it to his film. And I don't know how I can do that because of where I am. I'm just trying to figure it out. I've got a lecture in sort of 5 hours, 6 hours, and I'm going to talk to my lecturer and say, if I finish this film and this essay early, can I get some time off to help my mate? Because this film that Nat's working on and I've helped develop isn't an opportunity I want to miss. It's not something I want to throw up. And there might be a bit of, why do you want to do that when you could put way more effort into your 3-minute film and your essay for uni? And it's because I would rather work on 2 mediocre projects, one being with a medium to big sized crew at my old college, than one sort of refined project at this stage in my life. I feel like having my name on more things is better than having my name on one thing that's pretty good, but it'll never be perfect, you know, this one experimental film. Whereas working on an experimental film and a horror film FMP, I feel like that would just take me further. There's a gut feeling that this film is something I should work on and get involved in. So I am going to do that, and if my lecturer says no, don't take advice from me, by the way, but I am going to shiftily ignore him and go and do it because it would help me in the future. I feel like I can just feel it in my gut, and sometimes that is the reality of being a student filmmaker, is people will tell you the rules and you do have to break them, and that rule isn't the law, by the way. I'm not condoning that, but I do think that if there's something that you feel like that would benefit you, go and do that instead. It might rustle a few feathers, but at the end of the day, you're happy doing what you want to do, and I feel like that's the most important thing. So go and do that instead, please. There are too many people that are unhappy doing what they're doing, and I feel like they shouldn't, you know. That's why I don't want to be stuck in it. And this whole thing of working with Nat has got me thinking, is big film productions really the thing for me? Is that really what I want to go and do, when here I can work on a few different films in a week and be happy with it there, learn more there and experiment more? Because on a big film, heard some people talking about it today, and it is true. What I do now is like working on a speedboat. If you want to go left, you go left. If you want to steer right, you steer right. It's easy, it's fast, and it's fun. And then working on big productions is like working on a big cargo ship. If you want to turn 10 degrees, that's going to take you a few hours. And it's like, if you just want to make a small change in a big production, it's going to take you a very long time, which sucks. And that's not really what I want to do. I like having the idea there and then, being able to put it forward and just do it, being able to experiment, it's so fun. And you can't do that in those big films, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what my future has for me. And Nat was telling me then you can go and make adverts for people and earn money that way. And I was listening and I wasn't too excited about it because obviously everything going on is on my mind. But I've had a time to sit and think about it tonight, and I think I wouldn't enjoy that either because... Okay, so whatever I was saying got lost. I said a lot of stuff then, and it all just got cut. I think either my second battery died or my camera was being annoying, because when you look through the viewfinder, it turns the screen off, and then I took the battery out or something, I don't know. It didn't work and it cut a lot of stuff out. But I wanted to say something along the lines of, when it came to Nat's proposal, that making stuff for other people isn't really what I want to do. I want to make stuff for myself, and that will be hard to live off and profit off of and be comfortable doing, but it will also be worth it and I'll be happy, and there's no wrong with that. And there have been people that have told me not to do this and warned me that it's not going to be enough to make a living and I'm going to be miserable and poor for my life, but I'm just ignoring them, because what do they know about making films, those people that have told me this? Because the main one being my mum keeps telling me, oh, you got to be really good in film to make loads of money, and not many people do, and if you shouldn't be going to film uni, and all this sort of stuff she used to say. And I'm coming out to uni and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and no, I'm not making enough to live from films. I'm not making anything from films, actually. There's a little fun fact for you, I don't make any money doing this, but at least I'm happy. And yeah, that's more than some people can say. So go be happy. Go and be happy. That is very, very important in life, I believe. Because if you're not happy, you're miserable, and then things don't work out very well. You know, your films don't look good. Your life doesn't go the way you want it to. Everything becomes a chore. And it's not great. Whereas if you're doing what you love, things start to become a blessing. You start to appreciate the little things that are going on in your life, and things work out a bit better, and the bad things don't seem as bad, because at least after those bad things happen, you've got a lot of good things going on. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on it, and I think I'm done recording tonight. I want some toast, I want to watch some YouTube or Netflix, whatever, and I want to relax. And I'm sure this will be put into a vlog or something, maybe a separate video, who knows. But for now, I will see you in a bit.